Right, thanks for purchasing Ozone Canoe. It's going to run you through spare parts to how to set up the rudder. For you guys out of Auckland, I won't be able to set the rudder up for you, so I'll set this up and just run you through how to do it. So within your canoe there'll be a cardboard box like this, which is normally just behind the seat inside the bungees, and inside this box is a number of pieces of kit. There's a spare set of stickers, and there'll be a plastic bag that looks like this. There'll be a couple of bungs in there. One is a spare and the other one is for the armour. Your third bung is already in the back of the hull here. The bungs themselves, they come with a breather, so as the hull of the armour and the hull and the armour expand, they need to breathe. So during the summer heat, the air inside here heats up and needs to expand, so it goes out through this breather tube. So you always need to make sure that there's a breather tube inside the bung. And the bung, what you do is, this is just a T-piece here that stops the bung from falling out. So you just hold this like that, and then you push this through, right through the hole, and then that'll open up like this, and it just stops it from falling out. And then you push the bung into the hole. You can leave the bungs in place. No issues with leaving them in, just because they've got the breather in place there. So those are the bungs. The pieces you're interested in for the rudder is that inside here will be the rudder itself, and also the screws for the rudder. So just back out. So the rudder, this is a Gemini rudder, but principle is the same for all the Gemini, the Ares, the Kahili and the Valari as well. So the rudder will be inside here, and inside the rudder there's the rudder itself, and then the rudder stem, and then there's a screw hole in the bottom here of the rudder shaft. And then inside this bag here there's two screws. One is a spare and one is the one you're interested in to attach onto the top of the rudder stem. And then there's a bag inside here which is full of, it's a small squeezy bag of Loctite. So to attach the rudder you need a Phillips screwdriver, you need to take out one of the set of screws, and you need the Loctite. With the Loctite you just squeeze off the top of the Loctite, just break that off, and then you just need a couple of drops inside the rudder stem there. Don't need much. This is just to stop the screw from falling out. You also notice that in the rudder itself, under the bottom of the rudder stem is a Teflon washer. That stays in this position here, you don't take that off. This goes between the rudder and the bottom of the hull, just to stop it from scratching the bottom of the hull. The other thing you'll notice is that on the rudder housing itself there's this piece of clear tape. Always leave that on, don't take that off until you've got the rudder in place. So leave this on and it stops this rudder housing from lifting up. So all you do is you take your rudder, you lift your canoe off the ground, so you've got space between yourself and the ground and the rudder. All you do is you take your rudder and you push it through the cellophane tape through the bottom of the hull, like that, and then push it right up until it's starting to hit this black rudder housing, and you just give it a bit of a wiggle so that the square boss of the rudder stem connects into the housing. So I know that's firmly in place there. Just want to keep your finger on the bottom of the rudder and stop it from falling out. And then you get your screw like this, and you push your screw through the cellophane into that hole, and you tighten it up. So you want it fairly tight. then once you've done that, then you can take off the clear plastic tape. Just comes off like that. And then you just want to check that the rudder is fully engaged, and then lastly just check that the rudder is, just want to photo the rudder bit. Alright, so that's it really. It's fairly simple, just need to follow those instructions and you'll be good to go.